Okay guys, I'm Rich, welcome back to BB's Customs. It's a whole new year and I've got a whole new bike to use as my daily ride. Okay guys, this video is just introducing my new bike. I'm fed up of cycling to work now since my last one was nicked, and I finally got the funds together that I can actually buy myself something cheap and cheerful to get around on. So this is it. It's a 1995 Yamaha 535 Virago. It was cheap, it's a bit rough around the edges, but it works-ish. Yeah, there's a little bit of tidying up that needs doing on it. So it doesn't have the standard exhaust on, it's got Remus exhaust on there. It's got these very American Highway Hawk pod covers on there, and another one just on the bars there. This is the quad lock I did my review on. It's great. But yeah, that's it. I believe this is the S version because it's got a two-tone tank on there. If you know different, then let me know, chuck it in the comments. The one thing which I found with this, turn you around. So the one thing which I have discovered with this bike, which I found out whilst riding it home from buying it, let me just sort the focus out. It ran lovely when it was cold, and I got about 10 miles in, the engine was up to full running temperature, it was purring along, and then randomly the front cylinder decided that it didn't want to play properly anymore, so it would periodically turn on and off. And the fact that it kept turning off and coming back on again after a little bit says to me that it's probably an electrical fault rather than a fuel fault. So I'm going to leave the carbs alone, and I'm going to have a look at how or what could be causing that. I've done some research and I've spoken to some other people, and we're all sort of coming to the same conclusion that it's going to be either the coil pack or the spark plug. So I've got a new set of them. I'm going to fit those today so you can see how that's done, and if you have any similar issues, hopefully that'll solve it so I can ride it to work in a couple of days. So let's get on and see how it goes. Okay, so I've taken the front cover off of where the coils are housed. If I just zoom in here, so this coil here, the one on the left as you see it, this is the one which powers the front cylinder, the one on the right powers the back cylinder. They're on a joint bracket, so to get them out I'm going to need to take them both out, which is why I've taken off all the covers. If I did give a quick walk around of the bike at the moment, so I've taken this cover this cylinder cover off because I needed to get to this nut or this bolt here. I take this one off because I need to take the spark plug cap out of there, and on the other side I've taken off the one in there, obviously, so that's the spark plug I need to replace. So I just whip those out and then we go about changing the coil pack. Right, so I've got the old coil pack out. This is the bracket which come off of, so this is the coil pack for the rear cylinder. This has obviously got the HT lead coming off the back of it, which would have one of these attached to it. I forgot to order a new one, so I've taken the one off of this coil off to put onto the new one. So I'll quickly run through how those are attached, just in case you ever need to do it yourself. It's not very complicated, but I mean, I didn't know the first time until I looked it up. So share and share alike. So when you order a new coil pack, this is how they turn up. So it's got loads of excess lead on it, because obviously it might need to reach to the back cylinder. So if we compare that to the old one, it's about there. So we've got this much extra which we need to cut off. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll put the spark plug cap on, get it all fitted, and hopefully should solve my problem. Okay, so we've cut the wire shorter. First thing to do is put on this little like water resistant cap which goes onto the lead. So we'll put that on like that, get that all the way back up in there, and then your spark plug cap, if you have a look just up in there, there's a little brass screw in there with a sharp point on it, and the idea is you basically force that screw up inside the HT lead, because you've got 3 layers here. You've got an external layer which is your overall protection, then you've got this little white layer in there which the screw bites into, and then right in the centre is the core of your lead, which is what takes the current down to the spark plug. So basically you force the tip of that into there and just screw it on. Okay, so once you've got that on like that, you basically slide your little rubber grommet up without turning it inside out like I have, and get that over there like that. And there we go. One spark plug cap on an ignition coil. So we get this fed back on, well, first off we'll mount this back onto here, feed it into the bike, start it up and see what happens. Okay, so that's the new coil pack next to the old one. That's all installed, ready to go. I just got to change the spark plug on the front cylinder, and then we'll fire it up and see what happens. I'll just bring you in here so you can see that. Okay, so here you can see the old spark plug next to the new one. The gap on these spark plugs is meant to be between 0.7 and 0.8 of a mil, which this one is. Forgot to mention, some spark plugs come with this on the top. You don't actually need this, so we're going to take that off. Take that off, we only want that on there. so that's everything put back together. We'll just fire her up and see how it goes. There you go. Hopefully that'll solve the problem now, and I can have some smooth sailing all the way to work and back for a while. If not, if it comes back, then it may be that I need to strip the carb down, but hopefully not. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. There probably won't be many videos on this, because hopefully it won't go wrong, and then I won't need to video stuff, but never mind, fingers crossed. Thanks for your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.